You won't believe how easy it is to paint your vinyl shutters. In this video, we're going to show you how to take them down, paint them, and reinstall them. To remove the shutters, you're going to have to break the shutter fasteners, or sometimes called shutter buttons. Take a painter's tool like this and a hammer and just whack it until they snap off. I found that sometimes I had to shift the tool from the side or the top to get it to snap off. You might want to label them on the back if you have different sizes to remember where they go. Next, we'll remove the rest of the fastener. Take a pair of pliers and see if you can pull it out. Sometimes it'll come out easy and in one piece like this, and other times it'll break off and leave a little bit in the siding like this. When that happens, take a screwdriver and a hammer and we're going to pop it back in. Now, if it gives you some resistance like this one is here, that means it's been placed into a stud, and we're going to have to drill it out, and I'll show you that in a minute. If it goes through easy like this one, that means it wasn't in a stud and we were able to push the rest of the fastener inside the housing in between the studs, which is fine because it's out of the way. To confirm, see how the drill bit goes in easy on this side? That means the rest of the fastener is gone, out of our way. On this side, it's the stud, so we're going to just have to drill out that plastic fastener. I'm using a 1/4 inch drill bit to do this. You will repeat this process until you have all of the shutters and fasteners removed. Next, we're going to lay them all out for cleaning. I chose to use a pressure washer first on the back side just because I had a lot of spider web and wasp nests in there that I really needed to get out. But you could skip that part if yours aren't that dirty. As for cleaning them, you want to use a mild soap and some water. I'm using Crud Cutter House and Siding Wash. I just put a little bit in the bucket, filled it up with water. I've got a soft bristle brush, and I'm just giving them a good scrub. Next, I'm going to flip them all over and repeat the scrubbing on the other side. Then finally, in the cleaning process, we're going to just take a garden hose and rinse all of the soap off, and we're going to let these dry completely. For painting, I'm using a Graco Airless Paint Sprayer, and get either an acrylic or urethane exterior water-based paint as they're best for vinyl. I've got links in the description of all the materials that I used in case you want to check them out. Now, I'm a big fan of straining the paint. Even if it's brand new paint that I just opened, I'm going to strain it. I've seen reviews on this paint sprayer where people say it clogs on them. I've never had it clog one time, and I use it a lot. So I think straining it is the key. You just want to make sure there's no debris in the paint that could get in there and clog the sprayer. If you need more info on this particular paint sprayer, as well as how to use it, check out the video I have linked. Be sure to lay some plastic out to protect the area from overspray. You can also prop the shutters up on disposable plastic cups if you'd like. I didn't have any on hand. I didn't do that. Really wasn't a big deal for me, but it's just an extra option if you want to do that. To begin, we're going to spray paint all of the sides of the shutters. Next, I'll paint the shutters from top to bottom in a continuous motion. For this first coat, we're just going to paint them all in the same direction, from the top down. So I pull the trigger on the paint gun and go all the way down. Then I'm going to release the trigger as I go back up, pull the trigger as I go back down, repeat that process. For the second coat, I sprayed them in the opposite direction, meaning I sprayed from the bottom of the shutter up to make sure the paint gets in all of the grooves of each shutter louver. We'll let those dry completely before moving them inside. And just to remind you, here's what I started with, these faded maroon shutters. For reinstallation, you're going to want to grab some new shutter fasteners. I got black ones. They do make several colors, but you can also paint these to match if needed. I do want to point out I let these shutters cure in my basement for 2 weeks before hanging. So to start, we're going to take all of the fasteners and pop them into all of the holes. And as you can see here, I did not paint the backside of the shutters, just wasn't necessary. To hang them, we're going to make sure they're all going the same way, the louvers pointing down. Then insert the fasteners into the holes. Take a mallet and drive it in. Now you only want to drive it in until the head of the fastener makes contact with the shutter. If you go too far, you're going to dent the shutter. Now you're just going to repeat this process until you have all of the shutters hung back on your house. And there you go. You were able to spruce up those old faded shutters, maybe give them a new color to transform the look of your home for a fraction of the cost of what new ones would be. I think these turned out so good. The quality is amazing. These shutters look like they're brand new. They don't even look like I painted them. Check out the blog for more information and a list of all of the products that I used. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments, and be sure to subscribe for more DIY Made Easy.